Right, well, hello everyone. My name's Gary and I'm back with another review. So today I'll be giving you a rundown on this TV. I've been using it for the last couple of weeks. I'm just going to give you my opinion on what I think of it. I actually checked online before purchasing this TV and couldn't really find any reviews at all. I think I came across one, but it was in Spanish. So I thought I'd purchase one and use it and then give a review to try and help people out to see what I think of it and let other people know what I think of it. So this is the TCL50C805 and it's a 2023 model TV. It's a 4K QLED mini LED TV with a 50-inch screen and a VA panel. Now spec wise, it supports HDR, HDR10, HDR10 Plus, Dolby Vision IQ, has a HDR rating of 1300. It's also IMAX enhanced. It's got the sound formats: Dolby Atmos, DTS, DTS HD, DTS Virtual X and Dolby Digital Pro Logic. There might be a few more thrown in there, but they're the most common ones. Now, if you're a gamer, this isn't going to involve any gaming capabilities in my review at all, so I would advise just not watching this and switch off and try and find a different one, because I'm not a gamer, so this won't contain any details in regards to that. This is just going to be purely a review on what I think of the TV. So other features this TV has is it's a Google Android TV. It's running Android 12. It's got Google Voice Assistant. It's got your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. It actually has a storage capacity of 22 gigabytes, which surprised me. I think that's quite a lot. It's got 4 HDMI ports. One of those is 144 hertz. One of them is 120 hertz, and then you've got your eARC and your ARC on another one. Now I'm going to be comparing this with my current TV, which is the Samsung 50QN90B, which when that was launched, it was a couple of years old now when that was launched, that got fantastic reviews. Now I know the newer version of it is out, which is the 50QN90C, which I believe when I've looked up the comparisons spec wise and review wise, that there is no real difference. So I actually do think reviewing it against my current TV I've had now for I think I've owned the Samsung TV for about 18 months. So I do think it'll be a good like for like comparison. I mean, first off, it is a nice slim TV. It's not as heavy as the Samsung. I would say it's quite a lot lighter than the Samsung. And in regards to picture wise, it does have a really nice bright picture. It provides good blacks. I would say the blacks aren't as good as the Samsung. That's one thing about the Samsung. The Samsung provides very, very, very good blacks. I mean, you do have a lot of settings in those picture settings to try and tweak the picture how you like it. So that does take a bit of playing about with, but that does with any TV, to be fair. But again, that's down to personal choice to how you like your picture. You do have various modes, so you can select and customize them to however you want. Now I did play John Wick in 4K on this TV to try and demonstrate the colours when I was testing it. This TV does have a 10-bit panel, so I believe, and John Wick looked absolutely fantastic. The colours of the lights in the film on the dark scenes were they just popped out, and it looked great, and I would say was definitely on par with my Samsung TV. I wouldn't have thought I can't really say I spotted a great deal of difference there, and it was as vibrant as that, so that was a bonus for me. Now, in regards to reflection of the screen, this is one thing that this TV beats the Samsung on. The Samsung have their glossy black panels on their TVs, and if you're viewing it with a window behind you or off to an angle, it just gives off far too much reflection, and you can find yourself moving. Where this one, because it's more of a matte screen, you don't notice that anywhere near as much. So that is a big plus point. Now, in regards to the sound of this one, again, it's got lots of different sound settings that you can customize to how you want. Add bass, add more voice orientated sound so you can hear dialogue better. And again, that is all down to personal preference. But on another note, compared to the Samsung, I just think the sound on the Samsung is better. It's got a more spatial sound to it. I would say there's definitely more bass to the Samsung. And one thing I thought that this TCL does compared to the Samsung is, I don't know if it's, I just can't quite find the right setting for the sound. I'm not sure, but it just doesn't feel as clear, and I find myself altering the volume more with different programs when I'm watching live TV than I do with the Samsung. So I would definitely rate the Samsung more on sound, but I think if I hadn't have already owned the Samsung, I would have been perfectly happy with this one. And I do think most people would be. I don't think it would be a problem. I mean, I do have a sound bar. I'd actually stop using my sound bar with my Samsung TV, and I don't think I would use it with the TCL, to be fair. Now, in regard to the Bluetooth, I have tried my Sony headphones, linking them up with a Bluetooth. That connected no problem and worked absolutely fine. Now, in regards to the Android system on this, it's running Android 12. It's great for the apps. I mean, I was using a Fire Stick with my Samsung TV, but having the Android on this is great. It just seems smooth. It's been working fine. Nothing's shut down on me yet. So I would say that's definitely a big plus point compared to the Samsung, the fact that this runs Android. Now, I'm going to see if I just hit, sorry, I hit a button there by mistake. I'm just going to play a 4K YouTube clip, just to try and give you. Now, these aren't, these are the non-copyrighted clips, obviously I need to play one of them, but when you play one of the other clips, like the LG are displaying and stuff like that, you can see they're a whole different comparison. This, I would say, is not, won't be genuine 4K, but it's still good, and obviously it's hard in this light to try and demonstrate the TV. I am filming this video at 4K, but again, it's still not, still won't give a true likeness of what it is. But I mean, in summary, comparing the two TVs, I mean, the new model Samsung TV now is $999, I think, to buy, and this was $579 to buy. Now, I don't think there's that price justification there at all, and I think if I was buying my TV over again, I would definitely purchase this one. I just don't. For that amount of money difference, I don't think it's justified, and I think this is a perfectly adequate TV. I mean, I'm dead fussy when it comes to TVs. I always have been, and I can test it. I can buy a few, test a few, and end up returning them because I'm not happy with them. I mean, one issue I did find with this TV is a little bit of light bleed. There was a small bit of light bleed down here when you were looking at black scenes, and then there was some white clouding around this area, but it was only marginal. Definitely a lot different to your normal LED TVs, and I think most users wouldn't even notice it. But again, that's where it falls short to the Samsung. There's nothing with a Samsung, no light bleed whatsoever with a Samsung. I mean, to my knowledge, I was led to believe it wasn't something that mini LED TV suffered from, but I can see it. I've tested it on quite a few black scenes just to make sure it wasn't the picture of what I was watching, and it isn't. I've also run some test samples through YouTube to check for banding on your white backgrounds and grey backgrounds and stuff like that, and I can't find any banding on this TLC, so that's good. So again, even though there is the minor light bleed and the clouding there, yeah, I would definitely purchase this TV. At this price point, I don't think you're going to buy better. And if you're looking at the Samsung, the new model Samsung, again, I would just buy this one. I just would forget the Samsung and I would just buy this one because I think I'd be more than happy with it. It's great for watching films. It's great for daylight viewing because of how bright the screen can get to. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Now, apologies for the light and the video quality. The settings aren't ideal, but you'll never show the true lightness anyway. And I just, once again, I hope this review is helpful to somebody, and thanks for watching.